From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening of Evenings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check updated 2021 as travel restrictions in the United States go on place for those travelers out of South Africa. Are the latest details about the COVID strain out of South Africa, Omicron, in tonight's recording. But we're going to turn back to the United States and here in Santa Monica, California with incredible great news and breaking news tonight about your fourth stimulus recon. One of the breaking news stories tonight is that the senators now and House members vow to get the debt ceiling limit done in the next few days to clear their schedules to do your recon. Oh boy, this is a deliciousness. It's all breaking tonight on Evenings LA, direct from Santa Monica, California. We're going to go over all those details in tonight's recording. The recon has landed in the Senate from the House, and the senators vow to add more checks as incredible recon. What are those checks? And why is Leader Schumer taking the lead for the inclusion of an MSC? So says one viewer who spoke to his staff just a few days ago. The recon will have lots of checks in there that will so far bring you about $50,000 to $60,000, far more than the $15,000 we initially thought. We're going to turn over to third stimulus as one viewer has gotten $850,000 of money from third stimulus, and countless viewers this week getting checks across the board, many getting over $10,000 in the last 7 days for their bills. We'll be turning to student loan debt forgiveness, and then this fifth stimulus, we got a big evening's recording. But of course, the breaking news tonight is that the debt ceiling limit may get a solution short term that'll clear the schedules to do the recon sooner than later. There's a new sense of urgency to get that recon done because of Omicron. All the latest details on the variant tonight. And then the breaking news about Leader Schumer's advocacy of that MSC. The breaking details come right now, right here, as Evenings LA gets underway from Santa Monica. Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful evening across the board. Here we are as the House of Representatives pass the recon off to the Senate, and the Senate changes could add lots of checks in there. And Leader Schumer now telling viewers this channel, at least his office telling viewers, that MFC is going in there. All the latest breaking news on that tonight. Programs that so far may be upwards of $50,000 to $60,000, but more checks going on top of that. And then we turn to third stimulus, and one viewer's incredible success story, getting $850,000. Yeah, you heard me right. From third stimulus, as countless viewers got thousands of dollars this week, I'm going to show you how to get your bills paid, because this is what we do. Nowhere is this elsewhere on the map except on LA. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that. We're going to be turning to the excitement across the board. And this stimulus coming in January. Oh boy. The latest details on Omicron and more, and I'm excited you're here direct from Santa Monica in a big jam-packed recording with the excitement of getting that debt ceiling limit off everyone's calendars. This, my friends, is LALATE, and thank you for joining me on a supersized evening LALATE. I'm excited you're here. So with that, I want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. Go down to that like button and hit that like button. Come on, 5,000, 6,000 likes. Consider becoming a member. The link is under the video to get the incredible newsletter that comes out tonight at 7 o'clock. And consider sign up for those LALATE alerts. Totally free. It's in the links under the video. I want you part of this incredible family. Let's turn to this incredible recon off the board and the excitement of that $15,000 on top of that incredible recon. There may be more checks on top of that. We're going to go over each of them starting right now with the first cluster of hazard pay. Wow. They got that in there, that essential workers and also the elder care. Oh my goodness, $4,000 for them. $4,000 to care for young children. The $550 check for my college students called the Pell Grant. They got that in there. They got in there free home repairs if you live in a low-income community. Those checks as well. Lots of checks so far in this first cluster. Additionally, they got in there the CTC, the child tax credit, for $3,600 approximately, one more year. And then they got the incredible $12,500 check when you go buy a U.S. electric car. Oh my goodness. Those details coming up later in this video. How do you get this incredible money? I'm going to show you how to get all these incredible sums of money coming up in the latest video. Let's go to the first add-on. It comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters. She got it in there, and what is it? It is free home. It is free money for the purchase of your first home. She wanted $25,000. It's going to be a little bit less, but boy, it's deliciousness. How do you get it? Stay with me. I'm going to go over it later. We got in there the home repairs in cluster number 2 a different time, and then paid leave. Wow. They got in there also the household tax credit and then the pre-kindergarten. This is incredible. The home repairs this time around is for weatherize your house. You need to weatherize your house because you never know which holiday caroler will come to your window caroling, and you look at it and it's someone with lobster sauce in their hand. I know who you are. You're not a caroler. You're a senator. So you need to weatherize that house. I'll have all the details of how you get this incredible money in the second half of this video. The second add-on comes from the incredible Bob Casey. Boy, Bob, he got this in there. $250 billion. He got a little bit less. So this is the free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. How do you get it? Stay with me. Third cluster, we go over that right now. This is the cluster I call deliciousness. Wow. And it is a lot of money. They got in there free school meals for all, tax break checks. They got in there immigration reform, cheaper prescription medication, farmers. They also got in there the independent contractors and Medicare expansion. 3 checks coming on the Senate side and 2 currently on the House side. Truly embodies the landscape of where we are. Let's go over the detail of that right now. Medicare expansion. They got 2 checks on the House side, but the senators vowed to add 3 more. House got in there hearing and the Medicaid gap fix. The senators vowed to add 3 more. They are dental, vision, and also the lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which brings us to much the same situation when we look at MSC. The number one guy in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, tells Janet, or at least his staff tells Janet, right before Thanksgiving that an MSC is going in there. Oh boy, this is exciting news. What is the latest on this tonight? The latest details on this tonight is consistent with what has happened over the last few weeks. It started back in May, as Chris Coons told WR, and continued all the way up to the present, with thousands of viewers being told by 6 senators that they're adding in an MSC. But the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, Janet, longtime viewer, in the live chat said she picked up the phone and called Leader Schumer, Majority Leader Schumer's office in D.C., spoke to a staffer advocating for that inclusion of that stimulus check. And just like what happened with Donnie's wife, and also Lorraine, Janet was told by Chuck Schumer's office that they're putting in, via Bernie Sanders, an MSC on the Senate side. MSC standing for multiple stimulus check, meaning at least one. That is what we've been told for months, and that is incredible. And you know what Janet said when she heard that? She said to viewers, you need to advocate, because that's what I did. You need to advocate as well. There are 6 senators who have said the same message to viewers over the last few months. They're putting it in there. And who are those senators you advocate to? They are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. You need to advocate across the board because these are the legislators who vow to put that MSC in there. The eligibility they want to do is the same as third stimulus. They want to do it $75,000 or less. Get it. Single individual. Check. Married couple, $150,000 or less. They got it. Double it. Family of 4. Got it. Quadruple it. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and adult dependents got it as well. You need to advocate, and that is why their offices say, we want to hear you advocating. And let's read the incredible message from one of those 6 senators to this channel. This is from their chief of staff. They now have in total between congressional and senators' offices received more contacts of advocacy from the LA Purple Power than the number of signatures in the American petition. Yes, folks, we have delivered over 3 million. We have dwarfed the American petition, the viewership of this channel. They now have a better understanding of what Americans are going through because of this pandemic. They have heartbreaking stories, and they're the voice of the people across the nation, you LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as a professional voice of the people you have until this becomes law. Again, those 6 senators have told viewers for months, thousands of viewers, and those 6 senators are saying they're putting in at least one check. What were the price points? They last looked at $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for up to 6 months. But like Janet said, just like that chief of staff said, you need to advocate. Tell your story. Tell what's unique to yourself, and it involves picking up the phone, calling, talking to a staffer, and the next best, leaving a voicemail. The weakest is a tweet. You need to communicate with someone on a staff and speak to them and advocate for that inclusion. Again, pick up the phone and call Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer, because they represent, this is a body of legislation that has a lot of changes to come to it. But also give yourself some time to advocate for your wallet every week. And what does that involve? Picking up the phone and getting some money under third stimulus. In the second half of this video, you're going to meet one viewer who has helped himself get $80,000, helped 2 family members each get $50,000, and now has gotten $850,000 from third stimulus. You're going to meet countless new viewers today that have gotten money this week. One viewer upwards of $10,000. That's coming up in the second half of this video. We'll be turning back to the excitement of the breaking news tonight on Evening to LA, as now the debt ceiling limit may be moved over into January to make time to get this recon done. Oh, it's incredible. It's breaking news tonight. The Senate changes. What are those additional checks? And the programs, oh my goodness, there's a lot of checks in this recon. But those additional checks could be huge. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that. Fifth stimulus, the latest on that. And then, we'll be turning to the breaking news out of South Africa, the latest update from Moderna and Pfizer, and what that means to you and the recon. Those details and more as we go into the second half of this video. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now as we go to the second half of this video, direct from Santa Monica tonight. The recon has passed the House of Representatives off to the Senate, and the Senate changes will be robust. In addition to the push to add an MSC in there, there's lots of additional checks going on top of lots of checks already in there. How many checks? You're going to see in this video. It may be more than 15,000. It may be 60,000. We're going to turn to third stimulus and how one viewer got nearly $1 million for 30 people. I'm going to show you the incredible success that you could have as well. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that. And then fifth stimulus coming in January. Boy, we got a second half of this video. And the breaking news out of South Africa and how it impacts our U.S. soils. Those details and more. And this, my friends, is LALATE. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining me on a big evening's LA. So with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record in a year, and nearly 140 million views in a year and a half. Like that video. Come on, hit that like button right now. Consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat. And also in the pinned comments, so you get that newsletter tonight. And if you haven't signed up for the LALATE alerts, it's also in the description of the video. It's at news.com LALATE alerts. And there we go. Let's go into the breaking news that's happening tonight. And boy, it is very fluid. The situation, of course, is Omicron. The latest detail tonight is that the variant still has not been detected in U.S. soils, but many believe it's already here. It was originally detected in South Africa and has caused new concerns across the board. The so far detected cases include Brussels, Italy, and also Hong Kong. It immediately resulted in travel advisories and travel shutdowns, many of which started today in the United States, for example. But here's what you need to know right off the bat. First, what about the vaccines? And what is the time schedule on that? Pfizer reports that a new vaccine just for Omicron could be ready in less than 100 days. That's Pfizer CEO today. Yesterday's Moderna statement from its CEO said that for several days we've been moving as fast as possible to execute a strategy to address the variant. We do not know if this variant originating from South Africa, which you're watching footage from right now, if that variant in South Africa is resilient to the current vaccine or not. We will not know for about a month. And so there's an effort to make a booster that is specific to Omicron if necessary. We don't know if that's the situation just yet. The impact has been felt worldwide. And as soon as the news broke out of South Africa, world countries shut down their borders differently. Israel shut down all travel out of South Africa. Meantime, the United States today rolled out its travel advisories, which is not to allow non-U.S. citizens into the United States if you're traveling from Botswana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi. Meantime, one of the doctors who was the first on the scene in the variant in South Africa reports at the moment it has been merely mild symptoms people have gotten from this case, which is only about 100 cases so far, mild symptoms. But there's a belief that it could be very fast moving because it carries 10 mutations compared to Delta, which carries 2. New York State is reacting to the news tonight, and in the United States, New York State has now enacted a state of emergency. This comes as a positive rate in Western New York. New York is at 10%. Erie County is at 91% of hospital beds. And now it'll prevent non-emergency surgeries and other elective care to occur until this settles down. What does this mean for you? What it means for you tonight is that there's a sense of urgency to get that recon done faster rather than later on Capitol Hill. And that recon has lots of provisions. And the great news is a lot of checks. Let's turn to the first check in that incredible recon. And it is part of many checks that you're going to see very quickly, maybe more than $15,000, maybe upwards of nearly $60,000. The House passage put these checks in there, and what are they? Number one, the paid leave. It pays a lot, $1,700 a week if you make $70,000 or more per year. $800 a week if you make $35,000 or more per year. $400 a week if you make $15,000 or more per year. How many weeks? Up to 4 weeks per year. Yeah, that's a lot of money. $5,000 to $6,000. If you're retired and live with your son and daughter and they take you to the doctor once a week and they take off from work, then they're going to get that check for doing that. They got in there the SALT cap. Incredible. Under the Trump administration, you can only deduct up to $10,000 of what you pay in state and local taxes on the federal tax return. That was part of the Trump 2017 tax overhaul. Now you'll be allowed to deduct $72,500 in this recon if it becomes law. They got $40 billion of free job training in there. Very, very important. But a lot of people want to change jobs, and also a lot of seniors want to go back into the workforce because you'll be allowed to under FISC stimulus and still stay on Social Security benefits. They got the Medicaid gap fix in there. What is this? This is one of the big questions I always get about cheaper insurance. Yes. There are 12 states where Republican governors refuse to pay for Obamacare, so they got the workaround plan, and they're providing years of subsidized private insurance to low-income, uninsured people in those states. And then we go to the best provisions this week on, here you go, $150 billion for housing. The first three provisions repeated from third stimulus: rent, utilities, mortgage assistance. And the new three provisions on top of that are home repairs, weatherize your home, and also the incredible first-time home purchases, which brings us to the exciting story that you don't need to wait for fourth stimulus. You can get money from third stimulus today. Thousands of viewers on this channel have gotten money in the last 7 days from third stimulus to pay for their bills, and you are going to today as well. So get that pen and paper ready, listen carefully, and we'll go over rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, food, and more, and it starts right now. Let's start with some of the inspiration stories. Some of those inspiration stories are incredible. We've had some by the day, some by the week, and the average takeaway is that viewers are getting 3 items or more this week. So they're listening really well. I'm going to turn to Johnny and his incredible success story in just a second. But we have Jay Grant, who got an incredible $5,000 this week and also got some money for electricity. And he says, I speak for all of us. We love you, LA. Love you back, Jay Grant. Scarpy got Snap. Melissa got $10,000 this week from 3 items. Congratulations, Melissa. Lorica, everyone loves Lorica's story. She got wood. That is how her house is heated. And she got that wood through 2022. Chris, he's a great example. He got $10,000 previously from this channel under third stimulus for rent and utilities. He listened this week and he went back and got another $5,000 plus utilities on top of that. He says, we appreciate your help, LA. We would never have known about this in the process until we started following and listening to you and interacting with other viewers. Thank you so much. Kathy, new tonight, says, hey, I don't want to tell you, I just got some rent and utilities. She got 3 items, and one of them was nearly $5,000. She says, you are a godsend. Love you, Kathy, back. Marilu says she got 3 items, and one of them was rent at $900 a month. Shows you can get big rent. And Morel, I love her story. She got 1 round, then got another round, and got a 3rd round. Boy, it's your turn as well right now. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And we're going to start with eligibility, meaning you qualify. You qualify. Single or adult, young or married, ahead on bills, behind on bills, red state and blue state, you qualify. And we're going to start with incredible sums of money, starting with rent. These are the rent numbers about 3 months ago, and they've gone up a lot. Now viewers are getting about $40,000 of rent. Wow. So where do you get that rent? Here are the 6 places you get it from. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall and State Housing Authority. Keywords you say are rent assistance because of COVID. Mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. Here are the 3 musts. Number 1, you must call all 6 places. Don't call 1. You must call all 6. Number 2, you need to put applications on file everywhere. And number 3, you need to get multiple rounds. So if you got a round earlier this year, go get another round. If you got a round yesterday, get another round today from another organization. Let's turn to utilities. Remember, you do the same thing for mortgage assistance. Utilities, they've gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $15,000. Wow. So reach out to all your utility companies. And remember, it's utility assistance because of COVID. SNAP, get on SNAP. From Department of Agriculture, it's food. If you got a third stimulus check, you should not be paying for your food because you qualify for it generally from Department of Agriculture. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. He's going to get $250,000 over 10 years because he watched this channel. Viewers are getting big sums of money from this channel because they listen and they learn, and I hope you are as well. I hope you have that pen and paper out. Here's Mark. Here's Nisi. Nisi and Art Sullivan were the OGs, the original viewers who understood the importance of multiple items. They got 3. Art Sullivan and Nisi, and they inspired all these other viewers. And now Mark, he had 2 items, $32,000. I said, Mark, where's your 3rd? He got it, brought him to $50,000. He's got him more. Now he's over $100,000. Lorraine, she was at $105,000, and now she's at $120,000, which brings me to the incredible $850,000 story from Johnny. This is incredible. So Johnny truly embodies how you have to listen to this video, how you have to be a member, how you have to really pay attention. This is an informational channel. This is an educational channel. This is a breaking news channel. And the information is very specific. So Johnny started a week with 2 other viewers. And by the middle of the week, they each got $45,000 from 3 programs. Great. I mean, that's a lot. $45,000 in 3 days. Good. But Johnny heard me saying, keep on getting other sums of money. And by the end of the week, he got 7 items. Why do I like his story? Because he didn't stop at 7 items. He went and made phone call after phone call. You're not going to have a 100% success rate. You're going to get some no's and you're going to get some yeses. He had to have called about 15 phone calls in those 7 days. How much money to get? $80,000 in 5 days. Now, this is the first part of Johnny's story. Second part of Johnny's story was the following Monday. Reached out to his family and friends, said, hey, I got some money. He said, what, Johnny? 80,000. Whoa, 80,000. Where'd you get that from? LALATE. Oh, I've heard about him. What did he help you with? He said, help me get this money under third stimulus. They said, but I watch local news and cable news channels. They don't talk about this money. Why don't they talk about it? Because only LALATE does. He showed those family members, and by the end of the week, they went from disbelief to belief, and each got 50,000. And tonight, you're going to see a big update because the news spread. And Johnny kept on having more friends and family come on over, and suddenly he was helping 32 people. Here's an update for you, says Johnny. Started helping with my mom. She's on SSI. Friends kept on stopping by, asking me what I was doing. Well, I told them all about you, LALATE. It snowballed from there. I helped with your channel 32 people. He helped 32 people. I mean, that is truly incredible. These are 32 people. He told them his experience. He told them what he had learned. He told them to watch this channel and subscribe. And what did they get? I helped with your help. I got help 32 people. And the last count got total $850,000. This is why you want to become a member. This is why you want to become a member. Go right under this video right now and hit that subscribe button right now. You want to become a member because this is where people are getting big sums of money. Hit that subscribe button right now, like the video, and consider becoming a member so you get that incredible newsletter that comes out tonight. The newsletter features all the big money that got Johnny that money, and also sign up for those LALATE alerts so you get breaking news as soon as it happens. Let's go back into the excitement of where we left off in that fourth stimulus, which it was the housing. And that housing is a lot of additional sums of money. Number one is the additional provision of first-time home purchases. Yes, so this will be money given to the seller in your name during escrow. Number two, home repairs. That's low-income community qualified. And then weatherize your home. All viewers would qualify for this generally, and this would be like windows and roofs. Let's go back into that incredible recon. Let's look at some other provisions in this recon. $150 billion of home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. They got it in there. They got in there the Pell Grant, $850 checks for my college student. And then they got the $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric car. This is one of the most exciting provisions because it's so different than anything we've seen before. In previous years, this is what would happen. You would go into a dealership, you'd look at an electric car, and the sticker on the window would say $30,000 minus $7,500 of tax rebates, meaning you have to pay the dealership $30,000, file a tax return, and then wait for $7,500 to come in the mail from IRS. Not so under the recon. They're going to do it differently. You walk in the dealership, it says $30,000 minus $12,500 for stimulus recon, or whatever they want to call it on the sticker, and then you pay the difference. It's an instant savings at the time of purchase. Number two, I think the president's going to have to modify the language. I think the language violates the U.S. trade policies between Mexico and Canada. Why? Because you cannot encourage the purchase of one car over another car. Let's look at the difference. Cadillac Lyriq and Ford Mustang Mach-E. They're both electric. They're both U.S. auto manufacturer. They're both made by U.S. labor, union labor. Only difference is the union labor for the Ford is in Mexico and the union labor for the Cadillac is in Tennessee. Cadillac qualifies and not the Mustang. I don't think you can do it. Then they're going to do $65 a check month per check for people who are not in school. And then we get to the incredible provision of this recon, the lower medication. It starts with 20 medications on day one and grows These are the most expensive medication, folks. This is cancer, arthritis, and diabetes. Big slashes of prices from $1,000 a dose for insulin to $35 a dose. And then it'll grow to 30 medications by year 2028. They cannot increase more than the rate of inflation, or there's a penalty provision. Penalty provision? Can't do that, says Pat Toomey, and I think he's right. The Republican senator says there are certain provisions of this recon that have to go, and that may be one of them. Senate parliamentarian is the person who's going to determine. The parliamentarian is going to determine if that goes out, along with immigration reform, which she previously said it can't go in there. I think it's coming out. And what's going to happen with paid leave? We were looking at those senators before, those 6 senators, and they say there's a lot missing in this recon. Bernie says the best bill since the 1960s, but has major gaps. And the message is the same from those other senators, that they want to add a lot of provisions into this incredible recon. So that's why you need to advocate, because, boy, they have a lot to add. We're going to go over some of the other checks they want to add later in this video. But now let's turn back to more of those incredible checks in this recon with the universal pre-K. Got it in there. This is 1 year front end check. They got in there. The child tax credit, approximately $3,600, front end 1 year. Child care back end. Earned income tax credit back end 1 year. Home health care, covered benefits, Medicaid, the hearing aid, which would likely be a check. We went over the Pell Grant, we went over the nutrition, and we went over the home repairs. So what does Bernie want to add in there? And why are we literally at a lot more than 15,000? You already saw, let's do the math again. You already saw we started at about 15,000, but then suddenly we had those add-ons, like the Maxine Waters add-ons. We had the the third stimulus items that were repeated on the fourth stimulus, which have paid you $45,000 on average. So they're repeated under 4 stimulus. So 45 on top of 15, plus the car, plus those add-ons. I mean, we're really far in excess of $50,000 across the board. So what are those Senate changes that are going to come on top of that? Even more changes. In addition to that push for that MSC, Bernie wants to add in there, lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision. First, he wants to drop the Medicare eligibility age to 55 from 65. I think it's going to be a stretch. Bob Casey wants to do it at 60. Next, Bernie wants to put in there dental. Full benefits? Yeah. 10 years? I don't think he can get it. He offered 3 years. I think that's possible. Also, Bernie wants to do, wants that money to be robust. Last offer on dental was an $850 check. I don't think it's going to cut it. It doesn't cover procedure. And finally, vision. Bernie wants to put in an eye exam and a pair of frames per year. $150 check, send it out per year. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal until you get to Frame Wars. And Frame Wars is coming back to this channel shortly. But student loan debt forgiveness, wow. This is huge. This would go by executive order. The president has a $10,000 offer on the table, and the Democrats should take it. The president previously forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled, for people who went to work in the nonprofit sector, people who went to work in the public sector. Democrats should take the $10,000 offer. Fifth stimulus. Have you not gotten the letter? If you've not gotten the letter, don't worry. Your benefits are going up January 1, 5.9%. Lifetime. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and renewable benefits. But get ready for fifth stimulus, because this ain't going to cut it. This is COLA, your current benchmark. They want to replace that benchmark with inflation starting December 2022. Inflation is going to be 3% approximately the next 2 years after this one. So that would mean you get 3 raises up in 1 year. They're going to remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty, and love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest. Finally, what are you doing? Why haven't you become a member? Click the link under the video to become a member today to get that incredible newsletter that comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system. The membership newsletter features the big money on the first, second, and third stimulus. More importantly, on the third stimulus, it features the 6 places to reach out to, the keywords you say. It also features the 5 nonprofits, the money from Treasury you will read about before you make the phone call. It's those success stories from viewers like Johnny that just resonate so well. And needless to say, this is a breaking news, world exclusive financial news channel. Number 3 in the United States, but it's also an education, informational videos. And those information and education is to make sure you follow precisely what I say. So there's always a single person I see sporadically here and there and there and here that does a version of what I say in the video and then doesn't get that success. That's because you did a version of it. Follow exactly what's at issue, and there you go. Meantime, did you see the LA Christmas tree? Well, we went to the Christmas tree park on Holidays LA today, and we looked back on how different it was from 2020. A little bit of economics, a little bit of holiday spirit. If you missed the excitement on Holidays LA, join me every day at 11 a.m. It's live on air Monday through Friday, and boy, is it a lot of fun. Here again is Holidays LA. And that is Holidays LA. It's live on air at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then on replay Saturday and Sunday. I jump in the live chat, very different than the 2021 second season this fall, because in this holiday season, I go into the live chat and interact with you. And today we learned a lot from fellow viewers. Two viewers in the live chat today said it was their favorite show on this channel. It's been a big hit, and one person said, where do you get those videos like that? We make them here. This is all made here on this channel. A lot of new shows coming to this channel, and among the shows is a humor-only broadcast like you've never seen. Sirloin, Javita Late, and Blaine66, which you haven't met in over a year, coming back together for a holiday short-run and limited series comedy show called Calcino, going over the latest details about the color teal, the air tagging, everything you need to know about the press secretary and your stimulus. And guess what? It's also going to feature the meta-universe. I mean, how could it not? Sirloin has been in the meta-universe. I've been in the meta-universe. Everyone's been in the meta-universe except, well, Mitch. I mean, hopefully he lost the directions. Yeah, just don't give him the directions. It'll be better. Sirloin will lead this all-star cast in which I make sporadic appearances here and there, called Calcino, and it's coming to this channel shortly. It's going to be live on air. Imagine the three of them live on air at the same time. I can't. Here it is, Calcino. And that is Calcino coming to this channel this winter. The exciting great news tonight on Evenings LA, the breaking news, is that legislators, both Republican and Democrats, agree that the debt ceiling limit should be moved out to January. So that will be freeing up everyone's schedules to get that recon done. And the urgency with the spread of the variant is putting that push on those senators to get that recon done. We could see a vote on the House side for that debt ceiling limit to be moved to January as early as the next 48 hours. This is the breaking news tonight as Americans try to await the latest testings on Omicron and the concern that it will be at least 30 days until we know anything about whether current vaccines are effective against it or it's time for another booster. We'll see travel advisories stay in effect currently the way they are right now. The number of cases remaining relatively unchanged in recent days, still in the hundreds, not the thousands. And while it's not on U.S. soils, it's believed to have spread elsewhere. We're going to see the latest details. Thank you for joining me across the board with all these incredible details. It's been a robust night and a robust week with so much across the board. This footage shot live on camera this weekend, direct from the West Coast. So stay with it because during this holiday season it's important to stay positive and focused. As always, I want you to become a part of this incredible channel, the number 3 most watched financial news channel in America. Just hit that subscribe button right now. Hit those likes, bring those likes up, and consider becoming a member. The link's under the video, and get that incredible newsletter tonight. And if you haven't signed up for the LA alerts, please do so. It's also in the description so you don't miss a single video when it goes live. And with that, boy, we got a big show lineup of shows tonight. Coming up next is Countdown and then Street and Stimulus. Have a beautiful evening. I'm excited you have joined me throughout the day. We're going to have great shows all throughout the night. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11:30, and back tomorrow morning at 3 or 3:30 before we go into early morning to LA at 4 a.m. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful evening, and stay with LA for more.